I think Lucknow Super Giants is one team which started off with great amount of promise.
Yes.
If not the playoffs, I think there were many of us who sort of put them in that 5-6 in the on the points table, given that they had the batting resources of someone like Mitchell Marsh, and of course Puran in the ranks, and for them Markram coming good. So they sort
Yes.
of kept promising and then dropping and then promising and coming. It's been sort of an inconsistent season for them. And what probably made the difference for them is Rishabh Pant not being able to play, barring that one century in the end. Their bowler Bishnoi just not hitting form, and a pace attack which was marred with injuries, being Mayank Yadav, be it Mohsin
True.
Khan, and even not having Avesh for I think first few.
First, for the first segment. That's true. Yeah.
So looking forward, I think all that LSG can say is that not having a good bowling attack, they did decently, but could have actually they actually did punch above their weight in a couple of matches, but could have still done much better. But going forward, I think they have all the resources with their batting definitely sorted out.
For sure.
But middle order is something which is a little bit of a concern. It's David Miller was really not in his elements.
Correct.
And of course, they also need to work with NCA and figure how best they want to go, move forward with someone like Mayank Agarwal and Musin Khan, considering it's happening back to back seasons.
Yeah.
What do you
Um,
think?
I don't know. The team which has super giant in their name didn't make any giant strides this year. Of course, that century towards the end was of absolute no consequence. They still lost that match. That was crazy. So I have this feeling that there is something which irks our man Rishabh Pant in the IPL, because when he plays in the shorter formats and even the longer format Test cricket, he seems to be in a space, decent space.
Right.
Something's wrong. At least in the past 3 4 years, when he was with Delhi, and then now he's come to LSG. Uh, Probably has to work that out. As a captain, I shouldn't be rating him or something of that sort, but he would himself know that he's not been a great leader from the front. So that's one. Number two, fantastic and great to see the junior Marsh brother, finally getting a very good season. Kudos to him. The only thing is now consistency, because even in the white ball format, he has his crests and troughs. So I hope he has a decent season next. Markham came well, I would agree. At least gave you those explosive starts. Actually, a good street smart cricketer to have. He can give you everything. He can. I think even if you tell him to keep wickets, he'll be ready to keep wickets. If you tell him to bowl, he'll bowl. I think a decent player to have in your ranks. 100% with you that the bowling was all over the place, barring couple of matches where they won by 2 runs or something of that sort. Uh, they have all the resources. I mean, if I were to use an IT analogy, they are resource rich, but not industry focused. In this case, industry being cricket. There is something wrong, and having an industrious and illustrious owner who is very invested in that team sometimes makes them jittery. So I mean, there is no solution for that because the money comes from there. But they definitely can be the better giant when it comes to other teams. It's just about clicking, I know, but even if there's an auction, a mini auction, they don't really have to purchase a lot of people because they have a decent amount of players. The best thing they can do is keep everyone fit, because that's the only concern which they have currently. So LSG could have been at least in 4 or 5. It could have been contentious in terms of at least at 4 or 5, fourth or fifth spot, but they find themselves way down the order.
Yeah, I think the big positive for them was Digvesh Rathi. Yeah,
Yes,
imagine without him, what the season would have looked like, considering he was the one who was pretty much leading the spin attack.
correct.
Uh, but like you said, I think they have all the resources, and it's
Yeah,
just
all the
about keeping
results.
it and an easygoing owner, maybe. Yeah.
Easy going owner. And Digesh Rathi is an empire's dream because he keeps giving you extra penalty and 10% of his match fees because of his celebration methods. But Divesh Rathi is a good find. I think
Yeah.
he could be used very well in T20s. Uh, has the potential. I love the loop that he gets from a spinner standpoint. But let's see how he plays. I think next season will define him once he gets his disciplinary things in order. But Divesh Rathi is a find for sure.
Good. I think overall a decent sort of
Decent
mid,
outing. Yes,
middle on the
decent
point.
outing.
Yeah, and at least I'm also happy that Pant's season ended with that century. So there's something to take back so that we can for him personally. Uh, so
Correct. Hope to see them at least in the top five or top four next season because so many good players, especially with Puran being there. I mean, come on, you should be in the top four, come what may.
yeah, and given that they had made it to the eliminators, I think for probably 2 seasons,
Two
this is
seasons.
actually a below par performance if you compare it.
Yes. So they've set the standards high, so maybe they have to maintain it. Or not maybe, they have to maintain it.